Hello, Dumelang Sambonani, South Africa. A very warm welcome to Expressions. This is definitely the place for you to air your views. I'm your host, Jacqueline Mapala.
And I'm your host, Masango, coming to you live from our headquarters in Auckland Park, Johannesburg. Now, the 2020 academic year has been plagued with so many problems with Jackie. Vandalism of schools, the department struggling to place some learners in schools, and the issue of safety. Is enough being done to protect South African schools?
And that's a very important question, because just today, a school called Non-Level Secondary School in KZN was set on fire when pupils were protesting about a teacher. Now, a few days ago, another school called Kutletaro Secondary School was also set alight in the Vaal. Now, the schools are reported to have suffered 17 break-ins since August last year. Now, the question that we're asking is, what will it take to stop the vandalism that we're seeing in our schools?
Jackie, and we do know that is a serious problem indeed. Meanwhile, the department has spent millions of rands in fixing and rebuilding Ikolezinja. See, Expressions, we visited a brand new school in North Geseg in Soweto, and this is what happened. Take a look. Namhlanje la at North Geseg Primary School, where we will be catching up with students and teachers alike to find out what they want to be done in this schooling year to ensure that our schools are safer environments for everyone, to ensure ukuthi ikolo zethu phela are not vandalized. Now, you were speaking about the importance of our communities playing a role in ensuring that our schools are preserved. What's your appeal to communities and parents right now after opening the school?
Protect, 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 protect. Because if you can't protect the school, you are not going to have facilities. We can see the school has brought energy, it has brought presence, it has brought the needs that those communities what they don't have. So I really believe that it will really be a good thing that the community must protect the school.
This has been what we've been always preaching to the community, to say let them take the ownership of the school. This school does not belong to me as a principal, but it belongs to the entire community.
Job well done for the Department of Education. I'm very impressed, I'm emotional, I must say. And also, first of all, coming here, the security of the school, that's what's most important. That actually tells you a lot. I can see my kids are in a safe environment.
We have to look after the school firstly, and because our learners is here. And we just have to maybe upgrade the security system. Make maybe more security guys during the day and especially at night, because sometimes they break into the school.
Namhlanje wena ngathi uzohighlighta udaba olubaluleke kakhulu udaba lama admissions. Awusixoxela mhlawumbe usithathe usibeke esithombeni ukuthi kwenzekaleni ngawo.
Thina asikwazi ukuregister via lento abayishoyo le. Thina sazi ukuthi fanele size esikoleni nama documents nje kuphela. So it's not easy for us singabogogo because asikwazi ukuyenza lento abathi siyenze.
Beautiful, beautiful school there. How do we keep them in that order for unyaka wonke? Steve Mabona, who's the Gauteng Education MEC, and joining us from our Durban studios, Ubaba Ugwazi Mthethwa, who is the spokesperson for the education department there. Expressions, gentlemen. Great to have you on the show. And of course, Jacqueline is on standby on the social media side to ensure none of your comments go unseen. So come on and make sure that you get this conversation going. But Mabona, inkinga inkulu la sibonile nesikole esisha sivuliwe, kodwa is it really worth it ukuthi sibe nale ikole ezintsha mazo vandalized? Just this past week ikole ezi3 zishisiwe. Is it really worth it for us to be celebrating ikole ezintsha ezifana nalezi ezivuliwe?
Phondo libovu kubalulekile ukuthi inkolo zibe khona zakhiwe, begodu kubalulekile ukuthi umphakathi namkha ababelethi babumbane nababe inyanda yinye basebenzisane ukuthi nangabe kunento eyenzekako embi esikolweni kuhlaba umkhosi kwazi ukuthi amaphoyisa nabo bazokwazi ukuthi basihelebhe babophe laba abantu abamotsha inkolo zethu. Kunabantu abangenako baphula inkolo bayebe lapho, kunabanye ke emphakathini mhlambe nangabe kunento bangayifuniko emphakathini baya lapha esikoleni bakuchisa isikolo. Into embi khulu kwamambala leyo yokuthi umuntu angasakhamba esikoleni awuchisa isikolo. Manje sizoqhubeka sakhe inkolo ezihle lezi ozibonileko inthabathaba zenkolo ezenza ukuthi wonke umuntu osemakhaya wonke umuntu osemalokishini ayazi ukuthi ifundo iyaphuculwa abantu balisa ukufuna ukuya edrobheni bakhambe baye enkolweni ezisemafledeni inkolo la kungadlalwa khona inkolo ungazi ukuthi mhlambe kuyafundiswa namkha kwenziwana manje into esiyenzako lezo umphakathi awusebenzisane nathi inkolo zingamotshwa.
All right, Ubaba Mthethwa, now perhaps we can bring you in kule nkulumo yethu esinayo. Sizwile ukuthi nase KZN North Coast isikolo naso sichisiwe ngoba abantu bebangajabulile with some of the teachers in the school, and of course you coming out to take a very hard stance okusho ukuthi angeke nisazakha le ikolo eyishiswa yimphakathi.
Good evening to you and to your viewers at home, and I want to also greet my colleague there in studio. I will answer your question in threefold. Number one, we do have schools that are vandalized as a result of faction fights, especially in this province of KwaZulu-Natal. And you find that different family clans are fighting, and they decide to use schools as soft targets. And we have said, let us continue to engage with traditional leaders in the main, because these are members of the community and they are accountable to this traditional leadership. So we've said, in order for us to cap such vandalism, let's come together, let's sit around the table and see how we resolve this. And number two, we do have school vandalism that is as a result of community protest. You will find that community members are demanding a clinic and they decide to ban a school instead. And that's when we've said, through the MEC of Education in KwaZulu-Natal, we've said that we are not going to prioritize such schools in terms of fixing and renovating those schools, because remember, there's a lot more schools that require resources, and they will celebrate to have such state-of-the-art schools instead of being bent down just like that. So we've said we're not going to prioritize those. And lastly, we do have school vandalism that happens internally. That will be learners, probably whenever they are not happy about something else, they will obviously protest and end up banning a school or just vandalizing a school. That's why we've said this requires all of us to come together and have a dialogue. There are always options. We can't be angry and then ban a school. Case in point, today in KwaZulu-Natal, under Ilembe district, a school was banned there. Obviously, not all classrooms were banned, but we are told that it was just learners. They were just protesting because they are not happy about this or that teacher. Now we are saying the employment of teachers, the hiring and firing of teachers rest with our HR unit and not with learners. And we have always emphasized that learners must not involve themselves in politics of who becomes a school principal or who becomes a teacher in a school.
And
That's
we'll delve into that,
space.
I'm
Their
sure, as
space
we
is
continue,
in the
Babu
classroom.
Mthethwa. Maybe I can just hold you off there. Mr. Mabona, I mean, amongst many other queries that you've been dealing with, njengamanje indaba yama placements, isikolo siqalile for 2020, and that's the reality we're dealing with right now. Kodwa bekhona abazali abasa-complaina to this point to say ukuthi ingane zabo azikakaplacewa. Is the department really out of its depth when it comes to dealing with technology? Including online system or kanjani?
Akusi i-online system esihlulileko, indawo yokuthi sinikela abantu indawo. Abantu inkolo ezinye abasifuni bayakhetha bathi lesi asisifuni sifuna lesi. Maye kunendawo la ukuthola ukuthi kunephucuko enengi, kuyakhiwa izindlu ziningi, ma-townhouse, buthaphuthaphu indlu eziningi. Manje lapho inkolo zincane, inkolo azikho lapho. Wonke umuntu ufuna isikolo sinye. Maye sizithola ukuthi inkolo ezinye azinayo indawo yokuthi zinikele ababelethi bethu. I-system ayona akusiyikinga. Uma okade akhuluma athi abazi ukuthi bafuze bafake njani, bayaya kuma-district office babahelebhe babafakele imbawu ngendlela efaneleyo. Cala sivulile ngem-15 ukuthi laba bekade bachiwe ibhesi bakwazi ukuthi bafake imbawu ngem-15 siyavala nge-24. Labo ngibo bagcwele ema-ofisi la wonke bayahelejwa ngendawo yesikolo.
All right, and it's also hard for us to have this conversation ngaphandle kokuthi sibuke what happened last week, the tragic incident of those two separate drowning incidents ezenzeke ey'koleni zethu, which to a certain extent has also brought a tradition yoku-initiate-wa ey'koleni to the fort. We're not speculating or anything, but it has brought a tradition yokufikisa abantwana esikolweni to the spotlight. What is the department's stance as far as traditions that schools undergo? What way, especially a tradition le yokufikisa abantwana esikolweni?
Look, remember we said there's two independent inquiries that have been launched, one at Parktown Boys and the other one at Lyre School, Becker, where these two incidents occurred. And we need to give them an opportunity to investigate. But you'll understand that there was a probe that was conducted previously at Parktown Boys, which was very clear to say initiations must be stopped. No way where you will allow an initiation to happen in our school environment. So, but then this one, we were told that this is an orientation. So hence the independent probe will then be assisting us as a department to say, what is it that was happening there, what transpired there, and how we're going to move forward. We'll then have to await for the report where it will be guiding us on how to move forward.
Sibeke lapho ke Mr. Mabona, and of course uJacqueline naye has got more analysis. Masibuye Kefini. This is Expressions. Hlala nathi.
Tawela, you're watching Expressions. I'm Peter Moya, and today we are in the streets. What are you excited for this year with your school?
I am very excited for the new teachers, the new learners this year. The amazing school, it's beautiful.
What are some of the things that were challenging and difficult for you last year?
The things that were difficult for me was history and geography.
Okay, so what are you going to do to make sure you get good marks and you pass?
I must learn more. After that, I must finish all my homework.
All right. What is your favorite thing about your school?
It's that I see new teachers and learn about new subjects that I didn't even know before.
Are you excited for your new grade?
Yes, I am excited. As a prefect, I know that we can change the lives of other children.
So those were some of the comments from young people. Welcome back. You are watching Expressions here on SABC 1. We are talking about vandalism in our school, and the poll question that we're asking you tonight is, enough being done to protect our schools in this country? And of course, I'm not having this conversation by myself. I'm joined by Tebogo Makgafane, who is the Secretary General from COSAS. Tebogo, a very warm welcome to Expressions.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here. Tebogo, I think maybe just to kick off this conversation, I think I want to, direct the poll question that we have to you, and just for you to be able to answer it. I mean, what are you doing as COSAS to at least combat the issue of vandalism in our schools?
Firstly, before we say anything, we must understand this thing of vandalism, it's a societal issue. Start in our communities, whereby our parents, they protest, they burn tires. Then young people, they see that it's a good thing. So we need to start by educating our parents. Most of our parents don't appreciate what the ANC government have done for us. We must not blame young people. What we need to do, we need to conscientize them through their parents. And before we're members of COSAS, we're members of society.
Yeah.
We need to educate each other as members of society. Then I think we'll be fine.
Okay, so let's be practical, Tebogo, because we know that as much as we know that communities also are very responsible for the vandalism that we're seeing within our schools, we also know that students themselves are also very responsible for just some of the issues that we're seeing within our schools. I want to find out, as COSAS, what are you doing to ensure that you're educating young people around the fact that as much as protest is a good expression of democracy within our country, but equally so, vandalism is illegal and it's not something that should, go hand in glove with protest. What programs do you have in place to educate young people around those kinds of issues?
Look, as I'm saying that it's a societal issue. As young people, we're still learning, we're in a learning curve. And we can't rely on government. We need to educate each other. As COSAS, we have a program called Learn Without Fear. It's an umbrella that has many programs, whereby it says, take care of my school, I take care of myself. Because of that school belongs to the future.
Yeah.
Not my school, belongs to the next generation.
Yeah.
We need to take care of that thing, of that school. Hence, we're having a program called Learn Without Fear.
Yeah. So it's very important for young people to definitely make sure that they, they take care and protect their schools. So I'm just going to go into our social media. And Usonabela says, in terms of this issue that we're discussing tonight around vandalism in our schools, is that it's not enough. However, the learners themselves are contributing to vandalism during school hours. It's not only people who don't understand the purpose of existence of a school who would vandalize a school. But if learners are doing it, then we must be worried as a country. And Unazim says there's not enough protection for schools, even if the community have turned their backs on guarding the property of schools in their areas, just like in the olden days. So definitely young people basically saying that it's important for them to be part and parcel in making sure that they are protecting their schools. So we are going to go into a WhatsApp note, and this is what you had to say as a young person.
Hi, Expressions. My name is Amanda Sibia. The school's infrastructure can be protected from vandalism by tightening up the safety and security of the school's property. This can be done by hiring more security guards, and if the school can't afford that, I feel like the community has to be part of the safety and security of the school. At the end of the day, the school is for the community. If that fails, the law should take its course, and it should harshly do so. Vandalizing does not solve any case. Thank you.
Powerful words from a young person. They're basically saying that as a community, we definitely need to take responsibility and accountability in making sure that our schools are safe. And that's all we have for you in this particular segment. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Expressions.
Siphinde sinibingelele sinamukele. You still with Expressions, your hashtag #1 Youth Current Affairs Show. Umbuzo mkhulu namhlanje kusihlwa siyabuza ke, is enough being done to protect our South African schools? Baba Mthethwa, ngaphambi kokuthi sivale le nkulumo yethu, we'd like your parting shot with us. I mean, KZN has the highest number of school-going children, with about 6,000 of the schools enrolling at least 2.8 million pupils every year. What's your appeal to imiphakathi yethu as well as abafundi in general?
We are making a clarion call to all education stakeholders to work together to ensure that all schools are safe. As I'm speaking to you, we launched last September, we launched about 1,500 school safety volunteers, and we're going to launch another 1,500 before Easter weekend. So it has been bearing fruits, and we can assure you that we are winning this battle because we are working with all our education stakeholders.
And Steve, of course, year in, year out brings its own challenges for the schooling year. I know we'll be touching base at some point, now in the year because of one incident or another, but more importantly, violence in schools, whether it be pupils on teachers, teachers on pupils, it's always a problem. What would your parting shot with us be, starting the schooling year?
Look, remember last year we identified about 5,000 potential bullies or learners that we think we need to assist them with professional assistance. We took about 400 to two camps, and we are actually assured that the remainder will also be taken through that process, just to make sure that we, identify and assist them before they even enter into the problematic areas where they will be involved in violence or fighting with each other or peddling drugs, all those things that are not wanted in our space. So we are hopeful that that process will then assist us.
Okay, Steve Mabona is the Gauteng Education spokesperson. Kanye Nogwazi Mthethwa is the KZN Education spokesperson. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Namhlanje kusihlwa. Do we have a poll question? Let's just quickly find out ukuthi ngabe wena utheni ngombuzo wethu mkhulu. About 60% of you said no and about 40% said yes. So more needs to be done, Jackie, to protect our schools.
Definitely more needs to be done. A big thank you to, obviously, my guest as well. And I think they've given us a lot of food for insight in Goal for tonight. Do we have a...
Absolutely, yeah. Quarter Bag is playing us out. Namhlanje kusihlwa. Thank you so much for joining us in Salegahl.
Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. See you next week.
Yeah. Put my love, what's up? It's your boy, Plaga. Hey. They say when days are dark, friends are few. Hey, when my mama died, she left me without a shoe. Hey, I just had to hustle just to pay for the juice. Hey, and my son crying, now I gotta bring the food. Yeah, I just told them, hey, get the quarterback. Say what? I just told my homies, get the quarterback. I'm chasing the line. Let's go, hey, get the quarterback. Hey, I just told my homies, get the quarterback. I'm chasing my dreams, man. Hey, I just told my Paula, let's get our dreams, man. Hey, now it's time to get the cash. Nowadays, girls will love without the cash. Money is all they get. Don't touch a plug without a plan. Hey, when my mama died, she left me with nothing. Hey, and my son, now the reason I'm grinding. Hey, I will keep on pushing and praying until I'm something. Without a plan, you will end up nothing. Hey, my baby mama just switched up on me. I couldn't practice what I preach. Now I gotta roll the sleeves. Pray every day, maybe God will answer me. Let's go. They say when days are dark, friends are few. When my mama died, she left me without a shoe. I just had to hustle just to pay for the juice. And my son crying, now I gotta bring the food. I just told them, get the quarterback. I just told my homies, get the quarterback. I'm chasing the night. Get the quarterback.